What's your name?
Mary Raven.
We're here today to be a phone volunteer,
Correct. I've signed up to be a phone volunteer, one of the people who will actually help the volunteers when they run into problems.
Okay, great.
So I'm a problem solver.
Fantastic.
Moral support and things like that.
Great. And do you get why do you want to work for a change in this November election?
Because I am so tired of the status quo and the Republican gridlock. It's just killing our country. It's killing our children. We're, $3 for gas. It's ridiculous. And the minimum wage hasn't changed in, 8 years? This is not a people-friendly administration.
Oh my gosh. The list is way too long. I would be here all night telling you why I think it's important. But I am so fearful for the direction this country's taking. And so I'm going to work as hard as I can to see that we have a change.
Fantastic. And what did you think about Senator Obama's speech? Did you like what he said?
Oh yeah, yes. Senator Obama's a favorite of mine.
Why do you think that's important?
I think the overall direction of the country is sliding, not even backwards, it's going to areas that we've never been before that are dangerous for the future of our country. And I think the only way we can change these things is by changing our administration.
Congress is a good first step.
Well, I think so, because if we can have a change in Congress, we then can have some oversight, we can have some investigation, we can deal with the criminal actions that are occurring right now that are being ignored constantly and put under the carpet. So if we have somebody that's in Congress that's willing to investigate these, bring out what's really going on, then I think we can get to the bottom of things, such as the 9/11 Commission, which I think has been just swept under the carpet as well.
Do you think that the investigation into the Valerie Frame incident is adequate?
No. I think that's just kind of one small part of it, and I think it needs to be, the people need to be not only investigated but prosecuted. But I think that the problems are far greater than just Valerie Plame. So the CIA issue is a very, very important issue that needs to be investigated, but I think it would allow more investigation to occur of all these other, even bigger things that are affecting you and me and the whole world.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, I do think that it's definitely extremely important to really start getting passionate about getting a Democratic Congress and working really hard to get a Democratic Senate. That send a powerful message to the Republicans in the White House. Mm-hmm. I think it's time that we really start focusing on the poor in this country. As we saw with Hurricane Katrina, the poor were absolutely devastated in New Orleans, and we saw that those people have been forgotten in this country. Senator Obama was talking about he just got back to Washington from New Orleans and said that there are still a lot of problems in New Orleans, and I think that getting some Democrats into taking control of the Congress and of the Senate would be instrumental in really starting to get some real social programs to really take care of people who've been left behind in America. I really do. I think he really motivated MoveOn members. Initially, Eli was saying that only 1,500 members were going to be joining this call bank, and towards the end, it was near 3,000. So Franken and Obama did a great job of really motivating the base.
Well, first of all, we had a great turnout. It was so many more people than I anticipated. And secondly, we really got a lot of people to sign up. So overall, I thought it was really positive. I thought that the conference call was really constructive, and I feel that the comments by Senator Obama were really inspirational and were well received by everyone.
Could you kind of explain a little bit more about those comments and why you felt they were important?
Well, in general, he simply pointed out what I think is sort of obvious to everyone, but things that you kind of forget about, all the different things that have been sidetracked, forgotten about, or mishandled along the way in the last 6 years under this administration and this Congress. And these are things like health care and the prescription drug plan, which has been, as far as I can tell, pretty much a failure this far. Hurricane Katrina was just devastating, and the people that were left behind in that storm and even now are still finding it difficult to get assistance. Foreign policy is just a disaster. And you know, you could just pick any one part of foreign policy, whether it be North Korea, Afghanistan, Iraq, Lebanon, and Israel, Palestine. It's all a disaster, all of it. So in general, just reminding people of all this really gets people pumped up, and that's why it was so inspirational. And he's just so articulate.
Okay, if you could pick two issues that were the most important to you that you would like to see focused on, changed when we get Democrats in office in November, what would those be?
It'd be hard to choose just two at this point because I just think there are so many problems that have developed in the last 6 years. But one that's glaring to me is foreign policy. That, I think, is going to cause so many problems further on down the road. If it doesn't cause a World War III, then it's definitely going to cause future problems for Americans in terrorist attacks, because just leveling countries to try to destroy terrorist organizations also kills civilians. And when you kill civilians, you produce a situation that calls for revenge, and that will ultimately produce more terrorists. So that's one thing. Foreign policy in the Middle East, and also North Korea is also a prominent problem, and of course Iran. The economy keeps me up at night sometimes. How we're paying for the Iraq war, which is we're not paying for it. So we are having tax cuts at the same time that we're spending enormous amounts of money in Iraq, which I think is absolutely irresponsible. And just putting it on America's credit card, and eventually China's going to come calling and want to either break our kneecaps or we're going to have to pay up. So these are the kinds of things that I really worry about ultimately. But other things like medical care, Hurricane Katrina, which was handled so badly, the environment, all of these things also, I think, are very, very important and also need to be addressed ASAP.
What are your feelings about the outcome of the upcoming election in November?
Well, I think that this is critical. We have a lot of problems to deal with, and I'm not kidding myself in that a change in Congress is going to be a quick fix to anything, but we really need to get started in fixing some of these problems that we've created, and we really absolutely immediately must start being fiscally responsible.